भैया तुम्हारे बारे में रेडिट में चर्चे हो रहे
Did you have any second thoughts about dating someone whose life is so public?
I had absolutely no idea that she is Sarah Sarosh.
I want our kids to have that.
It might look very, again, it might look very lovey-dovey on Instagram.
Reet, this is Reet. He's my boyfriend. Let's go. Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. For today's video, I have Reet in the house on camera with a mic setup. इतना professionally हम बैठ के बात कर रहे हैं because this is a get to know my boyfriend better video. This is a video I never did on my channel because honestly Reet was never comfortable doing this. This is the मतलब वो सामने से he has told me कि Sarah, I think it's time that we do this video, and I was like, Arey wow, like, you know, I literally have that reaction. It's been a year, more than a year of our relationship being public, and now that you all know that I am dating this man. And if you all have any questions about him, this is the time. I asked on Instagram कि आप लोग को जो questions है, not about us, not about our love story, जो पता नहीं क्यों सबको जानने की चुल है, but उसके बारे में पूछना है, आपको इनको जानना है better, क्योंकि vlog में देखते रहते हो इस इंसान को कहाँ से आया है, कौन है, क्या करता है, ये सब ऐसे सब questions है लोगों को, तो आपको ये सब जानना है, बहुत पंचायत है रीत के बारे में, तो आप देखते रहिए ये वीडियो, और अगर आपको नहीं है, आपको नहीं जानना कौन है, तो मत देखो, आपकी मर्जी. So with that, let's dive into this video. More of Reet talking, less of me, hopefully. If this is the first time you've come onto my channel, then what are you doing here? You don't want to know my boyfriend if you've come for the first time. If you've been here before, I'm sure you're interested. But if you're first time, then hit the subscribe button if you like this video. If you like him, then also hit the subscribe button on my channel and the bell icon right next to it so that you're notified every time I upload a video. And with that, we can dive straight into this. Alright, Jakharia, are you ready?
Yes.
In case you all don't know, Jakharia is his surname. And Reet Jakharia. Okay, we already know that you have this Instagram page, which is the public side of you, which is called Roaming Check Sack.
Yeah.
And so because of that, a lot of times I've gotten this question, कि if he has a public travel account, then why did you say that he's camera shy? Like when we became public online, I said that I've kept him away from social media all this while because you were camera shy, and that is something that we know. Then what is the difference between content on Roaming Check Sack and being in my vlog?
So yeah, I think for the record, I am still camera shy. You guys have no idea how scared I am. I'm totally out of my element facing a camera right now. Even after doing a year of content with Roaming Trek Sack, I am still camera shy. But what people don't understand is when Sarah or I say that I'm a private person, it means I'm not putting my personal life out there. Roaming Trek Sack is only and only about my travel. Anything and everything that's related to my travel is out there in Roaming Trek Sack. So just because I have a public page that talks about my travel doesn't mean that, you know, I'm going out and sharing my personal life out there. That's just one aspect of my life. Travel is one aspect of my life. Other than that, I have not shared even the slightest details of my life. So yeah, I think that I'm still qualified to being called a private person.
You're qualified to being called private, but I think the camera shy aspect also, like I have seen Reet's evolution with the camera, because starting with we barely have pictures together, we barely have videos together.
I used to run away from the camera.
Yeah, normally also, जब मैं vlog वगैरह में तो Reet को वैसे भी नहीं डालती थी. I was also very cautious that I want this part of my life private, and like I also after a very long time once I started dating Reet had a private life. तो मुझे था कि इसको मुझे protect करना at all costs, and I don't want to sensationalize this. At that point I already had more than 1 million followers, and I was like, you know, I don't want this part of my life to be out there, and I was very protective of Reet anyway. But once things got out of hand on social media and people started prying into our personal so much.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah, like it was not our decision to make our relationship public. It was the people who were prying non-stop. But even before this phase, जब मैं photos लेती थी या कुछ भी, it was always Reet hiding his face or just like, you know, it's always like that. Like those were our pictures together. He was very camera shy, but then later with Roaming Check Sack growing and him creating more and more content, he became more familiar कि मेरे ये angles अच्छे लगते हैं, मुझे ये पसंद है, मुझे ये नहीं पसंद है. And I think that has been his journey with the camera and just the public limelight. Of course, his life is still private, I would say. Like his personal life remains personal. And a lot of people, I don't like that they say that, oh, you're dating a public figure, so now you're also public. Like, बस अब तुम्हारी जिंदगी में तुम्हारा कोई हक नहीं है, अब वो जिंदगी हमारी हुई है. Like, भाई चिल करो तुम. तो that is very wrong. Like ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. किसी के गन पॉइंट पे रख के आप उसकी लाइफ के बारे में नहीं पता कर सकते. What do you do for a living other than content creation and helping Sara?
Yeah, so whoever wrote this question, I love this person because the person mentioned that helping Sarah, yes, a big chunk of my life goes in helping Sarah. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I love helping you.
It's your own choice.
So yeah, other than that, I work for a marketing agency. I handle PR and organic marketing for various businesses. And in terms of my travel, so my work setup is a hybrid setup where for a few months I can come here, I can work on site, and then for a month I can take remote work, and then that's how I juggle between roaming Trexac and day-to-day work.
Next question is, what did you think of Sara the first time you met her?
So the first time I met her, I remember, I won't disclose the place where we met for the first time.
People know.
Okay, so yeah, now that it's out there, sorry, I live under a rock, I don't know anything, but yeah, we met at an airport and I remember it very vividly actually. The first time I saw her, I already knew that she was tall, okay, I knew. And I was aware of that. But the first time I saw her, I don't know if I think if in one word, if I had to explain the feeling, it was pure joy. I remember I think I had the widest smile in that whole airport, in that whole arrival area. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if what were the details into it because there is a lot that's there. But if I had to sum it up in a very simple, word, I'd say joy. Yeah.
Okay.
What was that?
That's nice to you. I mean, what can I say after that? How do we guys manage long distance?
Oh no!
We don't. We don't.
We don't.
We don't. In simple words, we don't.
We don't. It's tough.
It's very tough.
See, guys, it's tough.
Yeah.
Long distance is tough.
Especially from, I don't know, like, I'm such a big texter and he's a big call kind of person. So he's the kind of person who wants to like finish his day, सब कुछ काम कर लो, फिर मैं call करके आराम से बात करूँगा. And मेरे पास आराम का time ही नहीं होता. तो I'm like, keep texting me on the go. What's up? What are you doing? Like, I'm always like, Reet and मेरा WhatsApp conversation you don't want to see because it's not a conversation.
Actually,
it's a one way.
Yeah, it's not. Sarah drops messages, ऐसे 4-5 messages. Where are you? What are you doing? Did you eat? And then what I'll do is I'll just see those messages, I'll call her and I'm like, okay, मैं यहाँ हूँ, मैंने ये खाया है, मेरा आगे का ये plan है. So messages का reply कभी आता है नहीं.
कभी भी नहीं आता है guys, कभी भी नहीं आता. रीत अगर दूसरे कमरे में हो and I will message him also, he will get up and come and answer. He is not a texter. He's very old school like that, and so it causes a lot of like communication gap a lot of times between us. So it is not easy to be in long distance. I think we're still like figuring it out.
No, actually there is a lot of unlearning that is taking place from both of our ends.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we had, before we met each other, we had a set outlook into things.
Yeah.
That, okay, this is how this is gonna work, this is how we are, and this is how things work for us. But after meeting each other and after exploring the whole long distance dynamic, I think the best part is, yes, there are issues, yes, there are tensions, but the best part is we both try our best to accommodate the needs of our partner.
Yeah.
And I think that's what matters the most. If you're willing to unlearn things, because at the age of 26, 27, if we're still willing to go through that and unlearn things just so that, it can make your partner's life easy, I think that step is the most important thing.
Our relationship has most of the time been long distance, especially in the starting. So starting mein, when you've not met the person only, you don't have any expectations, you don't have any, any affection that much. But then once you've been with that person, it forms and the bonds become stronger and then the distance becomes harder. But yeah, at the end of the day, like Reet said, if you really want the person, you know what they want and then you learn to adapt. So we are learning each other's ways, and like I've understood that okay, he's gonna call me at the end of the day, or he's understood that okay, I need to message her wherever I am and just drop one text. So those are like small things, but yeah, there are bigger pictures to it too. Next question is about roaming Trexac. As a travel creator, why do you only focus on Northeast for travel even though you've been to other places?
The reason why I focus on Northeast a lot is because that is a place that I almost know in and out.
Right.
I've always been there. So I feel that when I'm talking about Northeast in particular, I can show them a side of Northeast that a lot of people have not seen, or it's not known to people. Also, one more reason why I promote the Northeast a lot is because I feel that there are a lot of aspects where we don't get enough credit. Northeast has some of the most beautiful places in the world and people don't know about it. Our hospitality, the people here are some of the most warmest and most welcoming people out there. We are, from the get-go, we are always taught to respect and admire different cultures around us. And I think most importantly, as a person from Northeast, I feel it is my responsibility that people see it. Now, I'll give you a very good example of this. When we talk about tea, although Assam tea is very famous, the Britishers get the credit for commercializing tea and they say that they are the ones who developed the art of making tea. But that is not true. I'll tell you, there is a tribe called Singphos who belong to Assam and Arunachal, and they have been preparing tea from 12th century. And imagine they prepared it from tea leaves without any heavy machinery and all. In fact, when the Britishers came, tea bushes were shown to them by the Singpho tribes and they taught them how to make tea. And when Britishers realized the potential of that market, they commercialized it on a big this, and now no one knows about the Singphos. Still there are
That's
a few
what the Britishers
people.
did, right? They came to India to learn about spices.
So that's the thing. This is just one example. There is so much more that we don't get credit for, and I feel that, you know, as a person from Northeast, it is my responsibility to bring it out there. I don't know how much justice I can do to it. There's so much that I'm learning as well, but as much as I know, I feel that, you know, I should put it out there, and people should know.
I love that. Like, honestly, when I also saw that roaming to XOXO is growing, I used to tell Reet all the time that, oh, post this, post that. When we went to Bali, he didn't post anything about Bali, and I was like, oh, why aren't you doing that? So I was like, so he was very sure, and he's always been very sure that I will first build this community by educating them about the Northeast, because that's what I know best, and then I will take them around the world, because whatever he will see in the world is what he's like, what I'm seeing is what others have anyways seen. Like what we saw in Bali as tourists is what anybody in Bali has seen. Like, no, our Bali itinerary is not something unique or anything. Since I vlogged,
got it from YouTube only. We saw like, and we got it from there only.
And so, क्योंकि तुम पहली बार कोई भी जगह पे जाते हो, तुम वो ऑफ बीट लोकेशन नहीं जाओगे, तुम पहले मेन स्ट्रीम करोगे, फिर बहुत बार जाने लगोगे तो तुम ऑफ बीट करोगे. रीत अभी इतनी बार मेघालय जा चुका है, इतनी बार अरुणाचल एंड सिक्किम एंड एवरीवेयर, he's been there so many times that he can go to the offbeat locations because he's already done the mainstream ones. So he's only like repeating the mainstream itineraries again and again. Like when we went to Meghalaya, he had already been to all those places. Yeah, I think it comes from a lot of personal respect, and I love that about Reet, that he has so much respect from where he is. I've met so many people in Mumbai who are from all over India and they're not very proud of where they come from. I've met so many such people. Like they're like, oh, हमको कभी वापस नहीं जाना, हम तो गाँव से आए, हमको यहाँ नहीं जाना. Like I've met a lot of such people who think Mumbai तो अभी, you know, like उनको opportunity मिल गई है मुंबई में आके, तो अब वो लोग वापस नहीं जाएंगे. But Reet has never been that way. Like, which is why he loves this current job situation, because it allows him to go back home so much and it's so important to him, and which is why I have to adapt to it in the long distance, because he loves it so much back there, back to his home from where he belongs. Next question is...
Actually, wait, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You've visited Meghalaya, right?
Right.
You visited Assam as well. You haven't seen the real Assam yet.
Yeah.
You've only been in Guwahati. So what did you feel about Meghalaya when you visited?
I think Meghalaya for me, even though it was just 2 or 3 days we were there, it was very magical. I've always told Reet that there were very few places in my life that I've entered and I feel this energy. I'm all about the energy, you all know that. Like I'm all about this crystal energy thing, and you know this, I've felt this way when I went to Andaman, and it's the same way I felt when I entered Meghalaya. Like this energy that just attracted me to this place and made me so happy. And beauty wise तो है ही, मतलब वो बहुत खूबसूरत है जगह. It's very unique also. I've been to so many places in the world, and that's what I was telling Reet, that I've never seen natural pools. I don't know what a natural pool is, you know. Unlike I've only seen a jacuzzi. I've never seen a pool. You go swimming at the beach, you go to the lake, you go to the pond, but I've never seen a natural pool. So that pool of water जो हम लोग गए थे, इतना खूबसूरत था, and it was so like literally mystical. Like it's raining and water droplets. It's like you're in a storybook where everything is moving and and organisms are moving in the air and you know it's like slow motion में life चल रही है and बहुत ही खूबसूरत है वो तो है ही but also energy wise I felt super attracted to it. I love that the city is so well connected. Like Shillong is a proper city and I as a city girl want a fully functional city near nature. I don't think I am the kind of person who will put a tent and you know can survive in nature for like you know unlike Jakharia. Like I cannot do that. So I need Shillong. Like I loved Shillong कि हम लोग गए दिन में हमने वो खूबसूरत जगह देखी और फिर हम वापस शिलोंग में मैरियट में आके रुक गए और मस्त अपने होटल रूम में चिल किए होटल का खाना खाया सो गए. तो वो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा कि accessibility of Meghalaya is also actually very good. Unlike what I heard as a kid कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट जाना तो बहुत मुश्किल. I think maybe as a kid it was not developed when I was a kid. It wasn't that developed because you know as my parents were always travelers and they loved taking us to places but there wasn't a direct flight to northeast also for a very long time in my childhood.
I think yeah, Guwahati it was there. Okay. To Guwahati it was there, especially from Bombay, Delhi. Okay. You had direct flights to Guwahati. But yeah, you are right. Meghalaya and other states of Northeast have shown tremendous amount of development. And when I talk about development there is done in a way that is the pattern that was followed earlier. That development was done in a way where you know it's done sustainably. Yeah. Okay.
Not destroying the nature so far.
Yeah, but now unfortunately, yeah, more as the population is increasing, right? So the roads have to be bigger, highways need to be built because see what we don't understand is we criticize that you know raste ban rahe, peड़ काटे जा रहे and all, but also I think we are also responsible for it because now every house has 2 to 3 cars. What is the need to have 2 to 3 cars? You can just have one, right? Public transport's accessibility has been so good now, but still people are not you know willing to use that. So I think we also need to.
We are definitely the reason for what the government will do to this for sure. I mean that's a debate for another day I guess. But yeah, when we were talking about accessibility I had another question that people had asked. When I was once mentioning that I am going to go to Assam, somebody asked me do you need a passport to go to Assam? And that was such a, I was like, huh? Like, I was like, what are you saying? It's Baju mein. And it's in the country. You can go. And that was such a strange question. And I was so offended. And I mean, I'm not even Assamese, you know. So I was offended as an Indian. I was like, do you not know? This has happened to me even with Andaman. Like, Andaman, देखो visa नहीं लगा Andaman के लिए. And I was like, bro, India में है. Passport भी नहीं लगता Andaman जाने. तो ये सब जो जगह है जो लोगों को पता नहीं क्योंकि वो लोग इतने घुसे हुए अपनी जगहों में. How do you feel when you get such questions as an indigenous Assamese?
It feels weird, but also I think a lot of it comes from the lack of education that we are giving. Okay,
educated people also don't want to know.
No, but see, it's about the mainstream education that we're talking about. We are still so much connected to that old belief. Like you just mentioned, right, that people still think that connectivity is so bad in Northeast. Northeast तो पूरा का पूरा गाँव है, जंगल है. People still think that, but when you actually come there, that is not the case, right? So that is also one of the biggest motivations behind you know telling people to come and visit Northeast because of course I understand that you have a lot of assumptions about us. According to y'all, you think we live in jungles, you think we eat the most bizarre food, but until and unless you don't come to Northeast and you don't see how we live, you won't know. So that is why I urge people that it's okay, you have beliefs, I understand that, but
you have to go.
For once, आप आके देखो and then you'll understand who we are, what we are, how our places, how our people are. So I think, yeah, that is where travel is very important.
What are your qualifications? What have you studied?
So I did BTech Mechanical Engineering and then I did a postgraduate diploma in journalism and mass comm.
I just feel like all these questions people have asked me also and I've never felt comfortable sharing because I'm not comfortable sharing something that is your information, which is why we are doing this video. Next question is why are we not sharing our love story, not trying to invade but really interested to know how we met? I want to answer this question.
Please, by all means.
So that day when we were in Alibag, and you know, I was thinking कि किसी ना किसी दिन we will tell our love story.
We will. We are not close to the whole idea of sharing our love story. We will, but
I was also thinking कि याद है तुमको अपन अलीबाग में बैठ के मम्मी पापा की लव स्टोरी सुन रहे थे सब लोग
yeah.
एंड बच्चे लोग लाइक मैंने तो सुनी है 1000 बार लाइक रीत और ताहा और अमित इन लोग सब पहली बार सुन रहे थे शरण इन लोग एंड इट्स सच अ मेस्मराइजिंग थिंग टू लिसन टू मम्मी पापा's लव स्टोरी बिकॉज अब उन लोग ने लाइक दे मेड इट यू नो नाउ अब तो मतलब दे हैव डन द होल 35 years of marriage and all their life of dating and everything and it was just such a warm moment we were sharing as a family where we were listening to their love story and I feel like I want our kids to have that and the next generation to have that where उन लोग एक YouTube video लगा के हमारी love story नहीं देखे you know in their pastime it's like we should be able to tell them if we make it if we like provided if we make it and we go through that journey of being together inshallah in the future then we should say it to our kids first and they have the right to know first before we tell it
no of course
to the public.
There is a time for everything
like this that minute I decided you know when I was just seeing everyone listen to mummy papa's love story I was like you know it's just इतनी प्यारी चीज है ना कि उसको सेंसेशनलाइज नहीं करनी लाइक कुछ चीजें बस हमारे लिए रखनी है जब हो जाएगा ना जब we'll make it in life like we'll have our kids and they'll be big and they'll want to know all these things then we'll tell them I also don't feel comfortable like I'm so comfortable with my audience you know मैं तो सब बताती हूँ सब कुछ ही आप लोगों को बताती हूँ एक खरोच भी आती है तो आप लोगों को बताती हूँ बट ये एक चीज मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि you know मुझे वो नहीं चाहिए कि मेरे बच्चे बैठ के YouTube वीडियो लगा के देखिए फ्यूचर में and that's the reason why I've kept all my past relationships also private because I never want my kids to see the internet and see anybody and be like mummy ये कौन था like
once it's out there in the internet I feel that it's so much open to interpretations
it can become anything
people are no longer hearing your side of the narrative I feel there are so many inputs and that it just gets
it's ugly.
It's
ugly. It's absolutely ugly. That's the reason why we became public because I reached a point in our relationship where when people started assuming bullshit about us and I drew the line there. I was like, now they need to know that you exist in my life and who you are because they were just like saying anything, you know, just honestly there's a side of the internet that's just so ugly and वो लोग कुछ भी बोलते हैं and unfortunately it's out there and people can read it and people have access to it and I don't want people to know you like that. I wanted people to know him in my light. That's why we never made a meet my boyfriend video or a transition reel or anything like that. We just subtly like, you know, we went to Bali, he was in the vlogs and I was like, I'm not gonna hide you. You're there and we are going and we're gonna vlog this and people are gonna see it. That's it. Like Reet, this is Reet, he's my boyfriend, let's go. Like, you know, there's nothing to make a big deal about it. What do you value the most about this relationship and anything you would do differently?
Honestly, I wouldn't do anything differently. See, yes, we have a set of challenges. It might look very, again, it might look very lovey-dovey on Instagram and all, but every couple has their challenges. I'm not perfect. I know there are a lot of things that I need to improve.
Yes, neither am I.
But also, I think whatever challenges we faced in the past, that has led us to where we are today. And I don't think I change anything. Every hardship that we've been through as a couple, we've discovered a new side of each other, and I feel like if everything would have been perfect, maybe we would have never seen that side of each other. So yeah, I think and the thing that I value the most about this relationship is I think it'll be very wrong for me to put my finger on one thing is because my life has changed in so many aspects after I met her. You know, there have been such great things happened. You know, it'll be very wrong. Again, I feel it'll be very wrong to just, you know, put my finger on one thing and say, Acha, this is the thing I value the most because honestly, I value everything about this relationship. So yeah.
Good. It's not asked to me, but yeah, I agree. Like, whatever challenges, love, everything. The beautiful part, the ugly part, everything has led us to where we are today. And I wouldn't change a thing in this relationship if I had the chance to either. Did you have any second thoughts about dating someone whose life is so public?
So here's the funny thing, okay? When we started talking, I had absolutely no idea that she is Sarosh. I had no idea.
You knew I'm Sarosh.
No, matlab the Sarosh, blue tick one. Yeah, I had no idea that it is her. And honestly, like I said, I live under a rock. Although I have a public page on Instagram, I have no idea who influencers are. When Sarah tells me things about, oh, my friend, this, I'm like, who? She's like,
yeah,
you don't know this
person.
Anybody. Like, no.
He doesn't know anybody in the influencer space. Anybody, even
in the travel domain, there are very
select
few creators creators that I know. My Instagram knowledge is
Horrible.
so bad.
Horrible. Like his knowledge is, he watches documentaries in his free time. He's that man, you know. So he sits and watches. He knows, अरे ट्रम्प ने ये किया, ईरान ने इस पे अटैक किया, इसने इसको ये किया, इसने उसको. उसको दुनिया की बहुत जानकारी रहती है जो मेरे पास नहीं है, और मुझे Instagram की बहुत जानकारी रहती है
जो मेरे पास नहीं है.
Exactly. That's
So
why
we balance each other out.
Now, so I had met a lot of people who, when they knew that I was Sarosh, the influencer, I had a lot of bad, you know that already.
Yeah.
I had a lot of bad experiences where people wanted to take advantage of my following. If they had like startups, they were like, oh, I'll send you my product. Or it just suddenly became like a deal. And oh, when will you take me in your video? Or oh my god, you have so many followers. So they were scared to go out with me. Like I've had different types of reactions where people have immediately made a impression of me क्योंकि उनको पता है कि मैं famous हूँ. And then क्या है ना, जैसे ही नाम डालो Google पे तो YouTube videos आ जाते हैं, फिर 4-5 YouTube videos देख लो तो तुमको लगता है.
I didn't do that. I don't know why.
You didn't Google me.
I guess we were enjoying the whole process of talking to each other and knowing each other, that I don't think all that mattered at that point.
I love that. Like I was just praying, you know, you guys. I made a private Instagram account when I started dating Reet. And 2 people follow me there, Yashoda and Purnima. And they were like, तू कुछ डालेगी इस पे पोस्ट, उसको लगता है कि तू ये इंसान है जो तू Instagram पे पोस्ट नहीं करती है. And I was like, if he asks me my Instagram, this account is what I'm going to share with him. He never asked me my Instagram, never. And I never shared it with him. He asked me, what do you do? I said, I have a brand. And what is it about? Coffee. Bas, khatam. I was Hannah Montana, living a different like dual life, and I was loving it. Like
No, I don't know. I think that whole stalker element, I don't have it in me.
Yeah, he can't do. I stalk people for him. I'm like, देखो ये creator ऐसा कर रहा है, देखो इनके पास ये brand है, देखो.
I can't do that at all. I don't know. I mean I think that's a shortcoming on my part, but I don't know anything about stalking a person. I don't know.
And then when he found out, then he was very chill about it. Like I remember this conversation happened where Reet was like, you've been so honest with me and you're so, and I was like, don't say that. Like we were not that close yet, so I was like, ठीक है, it's okay. How much he knows is enough. सबको सब नहीं बताना चाहिए, you know. थोड़ा like Tamanna and I had this rule, like we should not tell everyone. Tamanna was like,
now when I try to follow that rule, I get a lot of backlash from her.
oh no, तुमको मुझे सब बताना है. मुझे सब बताना है. तभी के बाद से I tell you everything. तो तभी I was like, and then when he was giving me this back this na कि oh, you're so honest and you've been so honest with me and all, I was like, ऐसा सब मत बोलो, I'll feel very guilty. You don't know everything. Then when I told him,
I remember this conversation really well because I found it kind of funny as well. So we were talking, and then the whole thing came up. So she said, "Do you really want to know what I do?" I said, okay. First I was like, what is it? Itna suspense.
Strip dancer.
वही I was like, क्या मतलब वगैरह कोई कुछ है क्या? Because the way she was building it up, I thought वैसा कुछ है क्या? Then she didn't say a word. She just sent her YouTube channel का link. I opened it. I saw her profile and I was like, oh, you're a creator. That is so cool. And then she was like, I'm not just a creator. I'm a creator with 1 million followers. I was like, okay, sorry. I was like, sorry. गुस्ताखी माफ.
Yeah, he didn't understand. See, तभी मैं तुमको इसी चीज की चेतावनी दे रही थी कि देखो ये 1 मिलियन फॉलोअर में से बहुत लोग तुम्हारी जान के पीछे आएंगे. Are you ready for it? मैं उसको वही चेतावनी दे रही थी, उसको समझा नहीं तभी he was like, oh so cool. और फिर बाद में जब Reddit पे थ्रेड बनने लगे तो he was like, भाई साहब.
I was in my office. My friend calls me up and he's like, भैया तुम्हारे बारे में Reddit में चर्चे हो रहे हैं. I'm like, what?
That was so bad. उन्होंने उसका LinkedIn अकाउंट स्क्रीनशॉट करके डाल के पूरा डाइसेक्ट कर लिया था, मालूम है? और कहाँ से? Can you believe कहाँ से? I had commented on one. वो मेरी गलती, तभी उन्हीं Reet had said कि delete your comment, but I was like, no, I'm your girlfriend. I should be allowed to comment on your post. I commented on one of his posts, and people then imagine I commented on his post. His account was private, no, the Reet account was not private that time.
No.
Then you made it private.
It was private. It was still no.
It wasn't private.
Public.
It was public.
And because I used to not post anything on that year. It was not roaming trek sack.
It was not roaming. He
It
had
was-
roaming trek sack,
Yeah.
but roaming trek sack was not that active that time. He had posted something on Reet. I commented there. I don't know who is this person who's so stalkerish कि मैं जिस पे comment करती हूँ उस पे भी वो नजर रखती है. उसने वहां से रीत का अकाउंट ढूंढी, वो फोटो स्क्रीनशॉट ली, मल्टीपल फोटो स्क्रीनशॉट ली, लिंक्डइन पे जाके उसको ढूंढी, फिर पूरा थ्रेड बन गया. एंड देन तभी तक हम बाली वाली कुछ नहीं कहते, हमने कुछ भी नहीं. एंड देन
Oh, I was thrown off guard.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. मेरे को यार मतलब everything. There are people having full blown discussions
about him. Yeah.
about me. क्या क्या बोल रहे हैं, क्या क्या नहीं.
कुछ जान नहीं,
बोल रहे हैं.
पहचान नहीं ना किसी का. That was so ugly. And you know, there people don't talk nicely about you at all. So there was some sensible people who in the comments, I don't open Reddit, but I read the comments on that, and there were some sensible people who were like, if she's keeping her life private, why are you taking screenshots and leaking? And I was like, wow, इधर भी लोगों को दिमाग है. Like I was like, इतनी अक्ल तो तुम रखो, क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं था at that point कि अपन तुम्हारा हाथ या पैर या कुछ भी व्लॉग में तभी तक डाल रहे थे. This was खुद से ही पंचायत ऑडियंस ने जो कि this was the me warning you when I said to them. I said I am not just a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber with 1 million followers. Do you
Shit
know?
just got real.
Now someone has asked that they are visiting Meghalaya for the first time, which is the one destination you think they shouldn't miss. And somebody also asked for a budget itinerary.
I think the best thing to do here is you should always get a local guide. And a lot of my very good friends whom I met as a local guide only, and now they're very good friends of mine. So whenever I'm in Meghalaya, I want to go and meet them. Alex is there.
Yeah.
Sarah knows Alex.
Yeah. And guides in Meghalaya, what I loved, I have been to other cities in India, they don't scam you. Touch wood, so far they've not scammed.
They'll take you to the best places.
Yeah, they're very hospitable.
They'll take each and every detail of your trip into account. Like if you're traveling with kids, they'll take that thing into account. And since they know these places inside out, वो लोग आपको बताएंगे कि आप इस जगह में kids के साथ जा सकते हो. ये season आपके लिए बेस्ट है kids के साथ जाने के लिए. If you're going with kids or if you're an elderly couple, this is the stay that you should go to. If you're a vegetarian couple, these are the best places to go. If you're a group, आपको यहाँ जाना चाहिए. So anything and everything जो आप मतलब hours of research on the internet that can't do for you, just one phone call with a local guide can do that for you. Coming back to the point about one place that people shouldn't miss, I think what people need to understand is Meghalaya has a lot of places and there are different seasons to see each places. Okay, in the monsoon season there will be a lot of good places, but those same places won't be the best to see during winter season,
November.
So in monsoon, if you are going to Meghalaya, I'm very sure you all must have heard about this place called Lightroom. It's going very viral on the internet, but Lightroom can be a little crowded. So 10 minutes from Lightroom there is this place called Rapling Canyon, and when you go there, it's an endless stretch of green hills, and if you hike for 10 minutes from there, just not even a hike, a walk, you will find a waterfall in the middle of 3 big green hills, and there's a small jacuzzi like pool, and it overlooks the whole stretch of hills on the other side. So it's like a jacuzzi in the middle of 2 green hills. Fresh water is coming, glowing crystal clear water, and it's overlooking the cliff. So it's like an infinity pool, a jacuzzi, and in the middle of a landscape that you'll feel like, oh, I'm in the sets of GOT right now. You should definitely do Rapling Canyon, Rapling waterfall in monsoon. When you go in November, I think November to January, you should do the waterfall where I took Sarah, the Khadum waterfall stretch. So the best thing is you no longer have to hike during November to Jan or even till March. You don't have to hike. So a 4x4 vehicle will take you all the way to the waterfall. During monsoon also you can visit the waterfall, but the problem is that you'll have to hike for 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's not only about the waterfall. If you go a little ahead of the waterfall, there's this cave called Kremchimpe Cave. It's the 5th longest freshwater cave in India, and it's also the home to the biggest freshwater fish in the world. You will feel like you're in a Moana movie. I have been to that place so many times and I still can't put it in words how beautiful that place is. It's like Sarah just explained, right? In a storybook setting, and everything is just moving
in slow motion.
It is so beautiful. So you need to do that.
I had my Moana moment.
Yeah. If you're into hiking, you should go to the Vamyor root bridge. I'm sure everyone knows about root bridges, living root bridges. That's one of a kind that you'll only find in Meghalaya. So according to different seasons, there are different places that you should see.
We went to Janailar, which was completely dried up, right?
Yeah, Janailar Falls was dried up, but the natural pool was still pretty much alive. Crystal clear water, 10 feet deep, and you can see even a small pebble in the water. It was so
But
clean.
that's the thing. In rains, that waterfall is beautiful and it's very accessible. There was steps, like proper man-made like steps that you could go to the waterfall. So there was no trekking there. But yeah, Reet, roaming Chaksak, you should follow him on Instagram. He has a lot of videos on which season where you have to go. Do you think people have myths about Northeast India? Even I am from Assam, and how do you plan to bust them?
People have a lot of myths about Northeast. A lot of myths about Northeast. One of the most recent myths, actually not recent, this was always there, but it has just resurfaced with the current, way of events unfolding. People in Northeast are not at all welcoming. वो लोग जंगली है, जंगल में रहते हैं. They are very ferocious and all. That's the image that they have created about tribes, but that is so not true. Northeast is one of the most safest places that you can ever visit.
Even as a solo traveler, I would say.
Yeah. People here are so welcoming. I'll share a small incident with you.
Fajju is also angry that people think that.
Yes. Chalo. We are changing ये. Fajju is
like मेरी नींद हो गई, अब मैं जा रहा हूँ.
Yeah, so getting back to it. Northeast is one of the most safest places in India to be. I'll share a very personal story with you. I think it was 3 years back. I was in Meghalaya. This was during July. Now, July and August are the peak monsoon months in Meghalaya. There's a lot of rain there. And one thing about Meghalaya is the weather is very unpredictable there. Right now, it's a good sunny day. Within 10 minutes, clouds will come and it will start raining. So we were at a waterfall, and you've seen the waterfalls, how they are. It's very secluded from this. Hike was not that much. I think around 15 minutes walk. We descended, we reached the waterfall. It was a clear day, and within 10 to 15 minutes, started raining, and it started raining heavily. The rain was so bad that we couldn't even walk back to our vehicle. Alex was with us. We had to take shelter in a small, ledge sort of place. We had to take shelter there, and it was raining heavily. We were in the middle of a waterfall, middle of nowhere. It was about to get dark. I think nearby there was a small hut. So a lady came out and she saw us being stranded in that. She immediately called us in, and the hut was very small. Okay, it was a small hut. I think it'll be smaller. The whole hut will be the size of this hall. There were no room. In the middle there's a kitchen, and on the side there are beds and all. Okay, it's a hut. In the middle there was a bonfire or a chulha, normal chulha that's there. She offered us traditional towels to dry ourselves. Okay, she offered us the heat. She made tea for us. She also offered us biscuits, and as much as I can remember, the whole dabba had only 3 or 4 biscuits, but she gave that all to us. She made sure that we were all dry, we were all comfortable, and when the rain stopped, we all went, and she didn't accept a single penny from us.
Oh.
So I think this teaches that you don't need a lot to be generous.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is a big, testament to the fact what people think of us, that is not true. We are so different. You come to us and you'll understand how welcoming and how happy we get when people come to us. So that's one. Another big myth is about the food that we eat. Because people think कि हम लोग जंगलों में रहते हैं, हम लोग कुछ भी खाते हैं. Now, one of the things that we consume in Assam, we call it khar. So khar is nothing but form of ash of banana peel. We burn it and then the ash.
You eat that?
So there's a method of eating, but it is that. Okay, so see your reaction is that, right? So people think that hum raak khate hain, but people don't know the scientific reasoning that goes behind it. We've been having it since centuries. So khar has a lot of digestive properties. Okay, it is also said that khar ails a lot, is a remedy to a lot of diseases. Okay, so khar is served to people in Assam before starting the main course. Also, khar is a brilliant alternative to baking soda. While baking soda has no medicinal properties of its own, when you use khar has its own medicinal properties. It is very good for your gut. It keeps your body cool.
Burn banana peel.
Yes, we burn banana peel. So what happens is, in Assam there is a different type of banana that people don't like consuming. We call it athia kol. Okay, I think it is mostly in that part of the country only, where the the seeds are very, very big. So people don't like consuming it. So what we do is when the season is over, we peel it and then we dry the peel for 10 to 15 days. Okay. And once it's done, we burn it and make ashes of it, keep it stored. And what we do is once we have to cook, we take small batches of it and then we filter water through it three or four times. Once the water is completely filtered, then that ash is ready to be used as khar. Then we use it in curries and everything, and it has a lot of medicinal properties. I think Mint has done an article on it as well. People just see that our food choices are so bizarre, but they don't understand that these things have been developed centuries back, and these are such good alternatives to your modern day food.
Where in Assam are you from?
You can call it Guwahati, but it's actually the outskirts of Guwahati. There's a small place called Azara, which is near to the airport. I am from there.
It's very close to the airport.
Yeah.
How do you feel when someone comments something bad on my feed?
I used to get very agitated at first. I used to think that logo ko aur koi kaam nahi hai kya? How can people be so judgmental? But then with time, I started realizing that, as you become a content creator, when you put your life out there, it's a price that you have to pay. And honestly, what I feel is हम भी सिर्फ उन्हीं पे चिल्लाते हैं जिनसे we are at some point or the other we are insecure, or we are trying to project our own insecurities there.
Right.
So I think social media hate comes from a place of envy.
When did you realize you should become a content creator?
Actually, to be very honest, I think right from the middle of my bachelor's degree, when I was doing mechanical engineering, I realized that, okay, I mean, mechanical engineering is something that I don't hate, but I don't think I can see myself doing it on a daily basis for a living. For me, travel always gave me comfort, right? So back then I didn't know about content creation at all. Instagram in general came to limelight in 2020, if I'm not wrong.
YouTube was always there, but Instagram brought the video feature after TikTok went.
So I always wanted to be that person who wanted to showcase Northeast to the world. I wanted to have a talk show of my own. Not a talk show, actually, a travel show where I as a travel host show people around Northeast and the raw experiences.
Which is why I tell him do YouTube videos.
Maybe someday a Nat Geo or maybe a Discovery. I'm just manifesting here. But yeah, so that was my goal. But once you get into the corporate rat race, honestly, nothing against people who are doing it. Genuinely, I see people who actually enjoy it, who want to do it and slowly rise up the ranks and get to a point. I get that, but I was not that person. I got into marketing. Earlier, I was in the travel industry. Then I switched. I got into marketing, and then I think one day it just clicked me that I've traveled so much. I've been sitting on this idea for such a long time. And this was, I think, a year before I met Sarah, I think. Not a year, I think.
6 months before.
I think around 6 months. Yeah. I just decided, okay,
before he met me, he already had roaming checks.
I had gigabytes of data on my hard disk. Just screw it. I'm gonna
post videos.
Yeah, let's go for it.
This one though I love. Don't hurt my Sarah Di. This is like dhamki from, like in all caps she's written this.
So guys, I'm trying my best, but at the end of the day, I'm also human. So please forgive me. But yeah.
Guys, he hurts me a lot.
ए काटो उसको.
काटो? मतलब वीडियो को कि मुझे?
नहीं, वो segment काटो.
No. Please keep it, guys. मुझे बहुत हैरान करता है. One question is about education, qualification and swimming. I think you never spoke about your swimming life at all.
Wow. So I started swimming from 6th standard. Got into it pretty late. But I think from the get-go, I was always a water baby. My dad used to take me out to all these waterfalls and all. Also, one of the reasons why I'm so attracted to waterfalls, to traveling, I think my dad has a big part to play in it. And I think almost everyone from Northeast would relate to it because their parents used to take them out on weekends. For us, weekends were visit to a nearby waterfall, a lake, or that. That's how we learned to appreciate nature. So dad used to do that for me. I was always fascinated with the water. I was never scared of water, so I learned pretty quick. I had a very bad case of asthma.
Yeah.
It was so bad that in a year I used to get attacks twice, and once they had to put external oxygen on me. So it was very bad. So doctors had given up hope. They had said that now the only thing that might stabilize the condition is if you put him for swimming. It started out as a cure for my disease. In 3 months I was doing well. So my coach just said to my dad that should we put him in the district, this My dad said yes. My dad was always game for this, that yeah, he should try, I was also pretty much into it. I was like, okay, I'll do. So while my coach said that make him try the most easiest event, that was 50 meters freestyle, I was like, no, I'll play 50, 100 and 200. Remember coming last and second last in my heats in 100 and 200 meters. But still,
What's
my
a
dad,
heat?
when you have 24 competitors in a single event and there are 8 lanes in the pool, आप उसको 3 heats में divide करते हो. Heat 1, Heat 2, Heat 3. And वो 3 heats में से
Okay.
the 8 people who've had the best timings will be qualified to the finals.
अच्छा.
In Olympics and in bigger tournaments, in nationals, in SGFI and all, वहाँ पे semi-finals भी होते हैं, ठीक है? Where heats are, मतलब 8 heats होते ये होते हैं. So in my heats I was second last, but still my dad was very happy. I remember 50 freestyle, I came 4th.
Okay.
I came 4th in my heats. Big deal, okay? 3 months सिर्फ सीखा इस बंदे ने and he came 4th. From that time, my dad started pushing me a lot and I also grew this interest in the sport. I remember 2:10 हम school खत्म होता था. Swimming pool was 1 hour away from my house. People who are from Guwahati will know that Azara is very end की तरफ है, and from there to go to Sarusajai Stadium, it took an hour and I used to travel by public transport. Mom, dad were both working, but I used to love that. Okay? It took me 2 to 3 years. There was a friend of mine who used to qualify for nationals, used to get medals in nationals. So already the standard in swimming in my school was set very high by this person, and I used to go and मुझे regionals में bronze आता था. So people for 2 years, people were very disappointed in me. I still remember one teacher who on the second year just called. He was a maths teacher. He just called me and I represented my school once in regionals the year prior to that. I represented and I got 2 bronze, okay? And that person called me in the room and the sports room where all the teachers hang out, the male teachers hang out, and he just told me, क्या रे तेरे को तैरना आता है कि नहीं? He said, and he was a maths teacher. Imagine, I felt so bad, and because I told Reet, my friend who was in swimming, he was learning since a baby.
And you just seventh standard you started.
Yeah,
no?
so he was smashing national records, national junior records and all. He was smashing, and he was bringing laurels to the school. So compared to him, my 2 bronze in regional was क्या है इसको आता है कि भी नहीं. So I remember that year it was where I decided that okay, I'm not gonna do a single event throughout the year. I didn't. I just trained. I trained. And 11th standard, I got 3 golds in regional, went for the nationals, and in nationals there's a parade ceremony that happens according to every regionals this. So by that time, since I was in an Air Force school, transfers होते थे teachers के. So the teacher who asked me that तेरे को तैरना आता है कि नहीं was shifted to some other this, and coincidentally in the parade that teacher came as the escort of the other region, and he saw me and he came to me, "Hey Reet, you came here," and all that, and that was a very redemption moment for me. The same person who asked me a year back this, and I got gold in 50 fly in that national.
During nationals.
Yeah, I qualified for SGFI. I think class 12, I got a bronze in nationals again. But then again, after 12th, I think I really wanted to pursue swimming. But again, parents, they feel like they know what's the best for us, and they feel like it's their job to look out for us. True as well, there are not much opportunities in swimming. Back then. Now there are a lot. Yes.
That's the thing with social media. Social media has opened such a wide for even sports.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So yeah, with that coming in, now there are so many opportunities, but it was not there. So I went for college, and I just lost touch. But I still feel a big part of me is there in the water. Like I'm one of my happiest selves when I'm in water. So yeah, swimming was fun, and I still there
what
are
started
days,
as asthma cure is now such a dear part of Reet. I love that. Okay, we're gonna end with a rapid fire fun. There are so many more questions, you guys, but we'll do a part 2 because this is already very long. I'm sure at the end of this video you'll already know Reet. Rapid fire, Sara or Fudge?
Can't pick.
No, it's rapid fire. You have to be very rapid. Whatever came to your mind first.
I see. The reason why I can't pick is because I love fudge a lot. I love fudge a lot.
It's fudge, guys. Sara or Amit?
Sara.
अमित, अगर आपने ये वीडियो एंड तक देखा है तो चिल्लू भर पानी में डूब मरो. Oh my God! Thank
puppy
you,
boss.
Reet Jakharia. आपसे
Sorry,
मिलके
puppy boss.
अच्छा लगा. On a public note, हम इसी पे समाप्त करेंगे. I'm sure at this point you know Reet a little better than what you knew him via my vlogs and if you follow him on Roaming Truck Sack. If you don't, please do and please tell him तो ये YouTube पे भी वीडियो डाले ताकि जो मेरे लोग हैं. Lot of my community does not have Instagram, you know. इसलिए मेरी Instagram पे following बहुत कम है. और अगर आपका है Instagram और मुझे नहीं follow कर रहे हो तो please follow करो guys. ऐसे नहीं करते हैं. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you this was not like those lovey-dovey cute, but now हम नजदीक आ सकते हैं. Honestly, why I don't like to do those cheesy, very, very cheesy couple videos is because when I was single and I would watch this, I'd be like, ah. So that's why I don't want to be that couple because my audience has not seen me with a guy ever before you.
Yeah.
They've not seen the love side of Sarah. They've only seen the love I have for my dog, my family. And when I started, like when we made our relationship public, a lot of the hate you got was also like protectiveness towards me. They were like, how? Like ये हमारी best friend को किसी ने ले लिया वाला उनका. There were so many such comments. ऐसा लग रहा है I know this person every day and मेरी best friend मुझे धोखा देके किसी और को date कर रही है. Like ऐसे भी comments आ रहे थे, ऐसे DMs मुझे आ रहे थे. So they've not seen this side of me.
Rest assured, guys, I am not stealing your best friend. She's still your best friend. I'm just taking a little bit of the time from her life to myself.
Very little.
I think I'm allowed to be that selfish. So yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. For today's video, Sasquatch shout goes to Manas Vinny Singh. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. If you want to be a part of next video Sasquatch shout out, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon right next to it, and also comment down below saying hashtag Sarah Squad. And you get a chance to be part of my next video Sarah Squad shout out. I'll see you guys very soon. Another video. Bye guys. Love you.